Yay. So I'm sitting here contemplating, thinking, bubbling. I just got off, excuse me, doing an interview, or not even an interview, a discussion on the Network Marketing Leadership Show, and we had, well, we really had a ball. Adrian and Tom Chenault uh, are super cool. They're like I don't know, they're like the straight guy and the comic, and Tom is so gosh darn silly. We always have a good time. And I got off and I just started thinking about some stuff. So if you're watching, definitely say hi. Let me know you're here. Hello, Elaine. Hey, Barb. Um, I've spent 22 years on October 4th in the game. And I've gone back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, feeling completely inadequate and on the edge of stupidity, um, because I did things differently than most network marketers and differently than most internet marketers. Um, I didn't want to walk around town prospecting everybody I met, going after every waiter and every hotel clerk and all that stuff. I'm sorry, Tom, if you guys hate me for saying that, but I didn't want to. I didn't even want to prospect them because to me it made no sense. They hadn't indicated that they were looking for something. Um, so it felt weird to me. And on the flip side, I didn't want to create a hypey, impersonal marketing system that just churned people and it was impersonal. So I guess what I'm saying is both sides felt impersonal and in a way unloving to me. Now sue me for being a lady that's truly as I'm just a gushing ball of goo when it comes to people and loving them and their dreams. I mean, I remember when I was starting, it almost brings me to tears. I was looking for hope. We were in trouble. We were in financial trouble. And I wanted to be with my kids and I was looking for hope. Um, and I've always wanted to be a steward of that, treating everybody with the deepest respect. Hey, Anna. And care and love. Um, I didn't want it to be mechanical or a numbers game. And over on the network marketing side, back before the internet stuff, it was like 50 dials a day, their numbers. And over on the internet side, it's hits, clicks, analytics, trip wires, capturing them, tripping them, closing them. None of that made sense to this little flower. Okay. And I've spent a career thinking there was something wrong with me, even though I was outperforming so many other people, because I thought I wasn't doing it right. I thought there was something wrong with me that I couldn't just prospect everybody and talk to everybody. I mean, I remember I'd go out with my cousins who were my sponsors, and I would cringe because we'd walk in and my cousin, well, my husband's cousin, my ex-husband, Dave would be like, "Hi, how are you today? Happy Tuesday." Like that happy, clappy, a little bit too, actually a lot too much. Okay. It just felt, I mean, I wanted to crawl under the table. I was embarrassed everywhere we went, and this is what we were supposed to do. And I'm not saying it's wrong because you may have that wonderful personality that can do that. My friend Angel has the most, I mean, her name's Angel for a reason. She can talk to anybody and make them feel amazing. But for me, doing it with an agenda, she doesn't have an agenda. She's just, that's her gift. For me, it was so awkward. And when I was around other people that were doing it, I'd be like mortified. And I'm just being like straight up. I was like, oh my God, it's so embarrassing. I wanted to crawl under the table, hide in the bathroom. In fact, to be truthful, I did hide in the bathroom when I knew the pitch was coming. And then the worst is some of them would be like, I'm gonna leave you the best tip you've ever gotten with their like a VHS tape and their business card. They didn't leave them a tip, they left them a tape and they rationalized it. that the tape cost so much and it was what the tip would have been and they can change their life. The waitress didn't want your video. She didn't want your card. She wanted you to give her the $5 or $10 or whatever it was supposed to be that she was supposed to get for serving you. So I would be mortified. And then I go to internet marketing stuff and everything's about getting as much money as you can out of your list and all this stuff. And it just didn't resonate with me. And so I concocted my own, stupid mom tricks, duct tape it together system of loving people and caring about people and helping people and showing them what I had available to see if it was a fit for them and loving them whether or not it was. And I became the top affiliate at a major marketing company, having earned more money than everybody else. And, I've gotten to travel the world. I made some of the best friends and all this other stuff, right? And I've won car leases and the big publisher clearinghouse checks, and I've won trips, luxury cruises. And I'm not talking like a regular cruise, I'm talking in the fancy, swanky suite, $10,000 cruises and all this other stuff. I've done it all. But what I haven't done, and I have a class on a little bit, so I can't stay on too long, is I've never given myself permission to accept that my way is okay, that doing it my way is fine. And I listened to something this afternoon and I felt myself shrinking. I felt myself shrinking, feeling like an idiot because I don't do it the way. And I sat and I looked at it and I went, and yet I've done so well. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know why I came on. I'm tired of apologizing or feeling embarrassed or feeling silly about my way of caring about people. I'm tired of sitting and like every time I teach a class, because the only thing I can do is teach what I do. Okay. I can't teach anything else. I could sit and give you theory, and God knows a lot of people do. I could sit and give you like the philosophy or the conventional wisdom or the company line about how you're supposed to do something. My rule of thumb is I don't talk about what I don't know. And my rule of thumb is I don't teach people things that I don't really do. So now when that boils down, what do I have left to teach? My cockamamie, kooky ways of doing it. And so I guess I wanted to come out in public in front of some friends who happen to be here. T, it's good to see you, everybody. And just say, I am just so done with feeling less than or stupid. And you think, oh no, they get to the top, they don't feel that way. Yes, we do. And I am done and tired. If you are more technical than me, I'll start you down your road and you go do your technical thing. If you are more outgoing than me, I'll start you down the road with what I know. Go do the thing, go to the people, do your thing. If you are a better writer than me, although I'm a pretty good, darn good writer, go. Like if you're more organized writer than me and you want to do that blog that becomes ranked and all this other stuff, great. You like SEO, I'll start you down the road with what I know. But what I know is not, I used to be like, oh, it's only for beginners and stuff, but it's not, because what I do and what I know how to do and what I can teach the right people to do is amazing. Because and you know how it came up, I know what it was. I listened to something and it made me feel less than, and that was my choice. I made myself feel less than, and I was criticizing myself. And then I got into a conversation with a gentleman who might be here, and I appreciate him reaching out, but he sells assistants and VAs and stuff like that. And he said, well, I said the other day I had to run some errands, and he said, do you have an assistant to run those errands for you? And I said, no, I don't. And then, he was talking to me about stuff, and I just kind of sat there and I realized I work a couple of hours a day. I have everything all set up. and I have exactly what I want. I'm a solopreneur. I don't have all this fancy stuff. And I've spent my life apologizing. My graphics aren't professional. I don't care. I make typos in my letters. I don't care. Because the one thing that I know after being in the hospital, in case any of you guys are tuning in and you haven't known me before, I was in the hospital for a week with COVID, like literally told I might be there for a month and ready to shove a tube down my throat. Come to find out, literally just 2 days ago, actually a day ago, I read my hospital records. When I checked into the hospital, and if any of you guys are medical, you know what this means. My pulse ox was 51, which means I was not good. And what I learned is that the things that they've taught me all along, and maybe I just got off the network marketing leadership show with Tom and Adrian, Tom Chenal, and he was talking about the fundamentals. You know what? People know I care. I hope you guys do. People know I care, and I don't need 6 VAs, and I don't need fancy graphics. They're great. Do them. God knows, do them. And I don't need to run a challenge. And I'm not saying you shouldn't do any of those things. I'm just tired of feeling stupid for not doing them. Because maybe, and I know I'm not supposed to say that, Elaine, right? 51, that's like getting ready to die, you know? She knows 51. And no wonder they ran me down the hall. I had read my labs and sat there in horror. And then yesterday I read all the comments from all the doctors and nurses and everything. And I just sat there and I was like, whoa, the comments from when I came in versus the comments when I left, and their documentation of me. And Angela knows what that means and stuff. I'm just tired of beating myself up for thinking that I couldn't do it the right way. Because here's the question. Well, Elaine just said where she's hurt, 51, and I have the documents. I also have my tox screen, which I was very excited to look and see. I came up clean for all tox and all drugs. I am drug free. I'm tired. I'm tired of being questioned by people that are going down that rabbit hole of all that stuff. I just want to teach people how to make money, how to have fun, how to live a life full of joy and happiness. And maybe, just maybe, because I was so sick. Mary Jo, did you just hear that? I checked my charts yesterday that I could see all the notes from the doctor and stuff. My pulse ox was 51 when I walked in the door. I knew it was in the 50s, but 51. So it was barely in the 50s. I have I don't know what it is, a new way of seeing things. So from now on, I'm just going to have more fun with you guys. And from now on, I'm going to love you more. And from now on, for those of you that want to learn from me, I'm going to teach you more and give you everything I can. And for those of you that don't want to learn with me, I'll tell you where you can go learn what you want to learn. And for those of you that want to hear me come out and speak periodically, I'm going to talk more. For those of you that don't want to listen to me, turn me off. But I'm tired of thinking there's this way that something has to happen, because there's not. There's not. What matters is that people trust you. And I think a lot of people trust me. And they know if they reach out to me, I'll tell them the truth about what I think or what I know without trying to get something from them. And in exchange for that, a lot of people will buy something from me for having the courtesy to help them. So anyway, I just felt something well up in me, and I have class at 7 and I got to get ready, but I just felt something just well up in me that just made me go, Diane, this is insane. This is insane. And if not everybody understands my thought process, that's okay. I have to keep teaching it because there's a couple that will. I don't know why, but I always just see the fastest route. and I eliminate all the busy work. And when I tell people they don't need the busy work, they are, because every other source out there is telling them they need it. And I can't help that. All I can do is show people what I do and how I live on 5 leads a day instead of 50 or 500, and how I bring in sales like I do, and how I upgrade people like I do, and how people become repeat customers like they are year in and year out, over and over and over again. And what I really need to do is finish the gosh darn book. So, Anita, it's so good to see you. I haven't seen you in ages. This is a person who I just adore and I haven't seen in so long. So, anyway, that's what I have to say today. That's what I'm feeling today. That's where I am today. Guys, whatever I saw Gary Vaynerchuk video, I thought it was powerful. He said, whatever you don't want to do, it's telling you the thing that you're avoiding, it's the thing you're not good at. And it's the thing that you're not anointed to do. So when we get into like technology is not what I was born to do. So the more of it I can eliminate for me, the better. Now, somebody else is really good at this and they could create these remarkable systems, and the more of it they can do is good. I'm not good at approaching people, so I don't approach people. I'm really good at bringing them towards me and talking to them when they want to talk to me. So I do more of that. And what I'm done doing is feeling like there's something wrong with me, because there are things that I'm either not good at and I can do, but that I don't enjoy. That's what he said. He said, if you don't like it, there's a reason why. Justin Barkley, I love you. I love your wife. I love that baby. And I need your book. I got to get with you to get a copy, or send me the message, send me a link and tell me where to get it. It's just been crazy time, so I haven't gotten it. I probably should have had it in the hospital. Would have been helpful to me. Although I don't know if I could have focused on it. But now is the time, Justin. If there was ever a time to feed me all that you know and all of your wisdom, it's now, because something changed. And that's it. And talk about people who are growing right now. Ginny, guys, if you don't know Ginny Krauth, she's been doing live streams in the morning, and she's just letting it flow, and she's just letting it go, and she's speaking her word, and it is incredible to watch. Is it fancy? No, it's in her home office and 7 o'clock in the morning drinking coffee. Is it all pre-planned, and are there slides? No, it's just Ginny becoming more Ginny and loving people more than she did the day before. And I think that's pretty gosh darn cool. So I am starting the club of people that are done with thinking they need all of this stuff. And maybe, and I'll get killed by my colleagues and I don't care. Stop buying all this shit if you haven't used what you have. Commit to yourself. Sheesh, I'm going to get in trouble, and I'm somebody who sells things, but stop it. There is nothing out there that's going to make you whole. I had to learn the hard way. There is nothing out there. There's no template, package, bundle, coaching, and I coach and work with people. None of that is going to make you whole. You know what is? Looking in the mirror and deciding, these are my strengths, and this is what I love doing, and these are my weaknesses, and these are the things that I don't enjoy doing. And how do I create a business that takes the best parts of me, the best facets, who I am as a human, and displays it for all the world to see? Because when and if you do, Canva templates or not, what will happen is people will show up for you. And that is what I'm good at talking to people about. Can I teach you how to build a funnel? Yep, did that last night. Can I teach you how to build a list? Yup, I'm doing that tonight. Can I teach you how to communicate with people and the psychology of people? All of that stuff. Can I teach you all of that? Yup. But it boils down to, are you going to come out and shine? And if you want to come out and shine, I want to help you do that, whether you buy a darn thing or not. That is the answer. And let me tell you one other story, and then I'm going to go for class. So I sit and I look because I've spent so much money, not in the industry, but just in general, on so much crap. Guys, I have a closet full of, there's probably like 40 handbags in there, expensive handbags. There's piles of shoes, and I've given away piles of it. There's drawers full of jewelry. There's all this stuff. But then when it comes down to investing, like in my health or something that would make a difference in my health, I don't want to spend that money because that's too much. Well, that's too much. I don't want to do that. I wanted to go for a particular program, and you had to fly to another country, and, all this other stuff. And they do all this medical stuff, and you have a chance to be well. And all this other stuff is wonderful, beautiful. Oh, well, that's that much. But I'll go down to the mall and drop it in a day. That's messed up. And we do that in the business. We buy all this stuff. But then when it comes time to invest in something and really invest in ourselves, do you know how many times I hear people, they come to me and they get to me after they've dropped all their money, and they come to me and they go, "Ah, but I don't have anything. I can't sign up for $50 with you because I just gave $50,000 over there to something that we all hoped would make us whole." You are beautiful. You are stunning. You have something to say. You have something to write. And I'll leave you with this. There's nothing to be afraid of. Jim Rohn always said, there's a guy, and he's the guy that will tell you that your teeth are crooked, or that you have, like, I had a big scab on my nose. I don't know if you guys noticed it for the last 3 weeks, big scab on my nose. He's the one who will put in the chat that you have a scab on your nose. He's the one that will point out your graphic sucks. He's the one that will point out that you have a typo in your letter. He said the good news is there's only one of that guy. He just moves around a lot. And you know what? When you shine, he's going to show up for you. He's going to show up, and he's going to say something negative, and he's going to write you, and he's going to tell you shouldn't have said what you did, or he's going to tell you that the way you build a funnel is stupid, or the way you format your list is stupid, or the way that you talk to people is stupid. Somebody's going to tell me that the way I talked today was stupid. It's not stupid. And you're not stupid. And the space is full of people with hopes and dreams, and I will not be a part of the people that steal them. I'm going to be one of the people that builds them. I'd like to think I have been, and I'm going to continue to do it more so. And now, on that note, I'm going to get off, and I'm going to dry my eyes, and I'm going to calm down and get myself a cup of water. I'm going to go teach 150 excited people about how to write letters that make people write them back and talk to them and communicate with them, so that they can in turn show people what they have to offer. Good, Dina, cry because I cried too. Cry and let the emotion well up, because if you let that love come up and out of you, things will magically start to change. Let that love come up and out of you. Let your way and what you know how to do now be good enough. Stop looking at what you should be at. Guys, I'm 22 years in. People look at, like, I'll write something and they'll go, well, I can't write like that. Well, no, you can't. I've been doing it for 20 years. Come on, give yourself a break and love yourself. And I'm telling that to myself too, because I just beat the crap out of myself. And Dawn, officially, I'm going to make stupid looking funnels with my picture pasted all over it. I'm going to make wackadoo letters and tell you about weird things that happened today. And I'm going to ask you for your best weekend recipe. And I'm going to tell you about my hopes and my dreams. And I hope you write me back and tell me about yours. And if you're not on my list at DianeHochman.com, if you like what I'm saying, you should be over there and on the list. And if you don't like what I'm saying, don't sign up, because there'll be no editing anymore. I love you guys. If this was helpful and you think it would help someone, share it. Pass it around. The only thing that I'm selling here is me. That's it. And maybe selling you back to yourself. I'll see you guys later. Those of you that are in the class, I'll see you in about a half an hour. We got a lot of work to do. I love you guys. See you later.